To be known as the 5 Points District. And if you visited this area, you will find it. We certainly did. And it's where the gangs lived. If you saw the movie, The Gangs of New York, when I saw it, I thought it was incredibly violent and that would not even be a reality. It turns out it was. It was a very real depiction of life in the 5 Points District. It was a place of poverty, crime, alcoholism. The children there, to survive, had to be in a gang. They would join these gangs as early as 8 or earlier because they were kicked out of their homes and forced to go beg for food. By the 1830s, the 5 Points, as this says, distinguished itself as the first slum in the New World. Gangs ruled. Police were afraid to enter buildings where gangs ruled. These people and the children were called street rats. And they were also called Arabs, and that was kind of the nickname and a lot of discrimination against them. They were uneducated, unskilled, and destined to a life of crime. Out of this came the age of orphanages, and this is one of the ways that the society responded to it. I'm sure you've all heard about Alexander Hamilton. His widow started the first public orphanage in the United States after he died and worked tirelessly for the rest of her life to maintain this orphanage. Post-Civil War, and there was a great increase in these homeless children living on the streets because, as you can imagine, there were a lot of widows, and the widows could not provide for their children. These are depictions of what the children and the conditions that they lived in. It's estimated that post-Civil War there were about 30,000 homeless children living on the streets, certainly concentrated in the 5 Points District.